Hey everyone, Linda Reed-Enever, and welcome back to another Tips Tuesday session. This week we're actually going to explore some of the changes that are happening inside the Facebook world. Now I'm just going to check my live stream this morning because my computer and system's working here. Yep. We are live and it is all working for us this morning. I just wanted to test that out to make sure before we delved into the world of today, which is some more changes that are happening inside Facebook's realm and inside Facebook's world. So it's a bit of a run through today. I've got a few things that we need to cover throughout today. But if this is your first time joining me, let me introduce myself. My name is Linda Reed-Enever. I'm an ideas and marketing strategist, and I help you take your brand and your message to market through educating your market and using educational marketing strategies along the way. I'm the founder of a group called Business, Business, Business. I run a community called the Course Creators Circle as well, where we teach you course creation. I'm a Thinkific approved expert, and I have been doing this marketing gig for over 20 years. So I'm going to throw it over to you now inside the chat. Please introduce yourself. Please let me know where you're from, what you do, and how we can connect with you. And today's one I thought we would share was YouTube channels. So if you've got a YouTube channel, make sure that you're popping it into the link into chat so that we can find you. We can all do a little bit of networking along the way. So by all means, pop into chat. I would love to know where you are from. I'd love to know what's happening in your business world, and I'd love to get a little bit of networking along the way today. So there's a couple of things that are happening inside the Facebook area, and I've got some prompts on the side of the screen here, so I might look off and some prompts in my notebooks over here because stuff has happened overnight since I scheduled this one. So there is more stuff happening and more changes rolling out right now. The first part we're going to look at this morning is we're going to look at groups and what's happening within groups. So there's been new group badges, and one of those new group badges that I've seen come out, I haven't seen them all yet. One of the new group badges that I've seen come out is a valued responder. So when people like or they comment or they reply to your comment within a Facebook group, that's going to boost you up to a valued responder type position. So when you're educating your market, you know, we're wanting to get people communicating, but it's also going to allow group members to see, you know, who's actually contributing, who's doing what within the group. And there's 30 spots for valued responders on a regular basis going through. Conversation starter is still there. All the other badges are still there, but value responder has been added as a little pen. And that's showing people who are getting involved, showing people who aren't just posting their stuff, but it's showing people who are getting involved with that conversation and really sharing their knowledge and expertise. And Facebook are, you know, they're really focused around the communities component at the moment. The other thing that's popped up this morning on desktop on my screen is now when you go to post in a Facebook group, their rules pop up, and the rules have been down there for a little while. When you comment or do something, there's a little rules notification so you can bring the rules pop up. So for group admins who, you know, maybe need to go and revisit their rules, this is a really good time to do it. And for those of you who maybe aren't familiar with the groups that you are in right now, we now know if you haven't read the rules or you haven't done something when you put in the admin, please delete if not appropriate posts and those sorts of things out there. So make sure that you are, you know, reading those rules and engaging with those rules. And we know now that Facebook are popping up multiple places, not only when you comment, but now when you go to a group on desktop. This morning it popped up, a big pop-up for people to be reminded of the rules of the group before they even post. So Facebook have got a very big commitment now about making groups safe and making sure that groups are moving along the way from there. So Karen is from Hill and Staff Solutions, and she's got Hill and Staff Solutions on YouTube. Good morning, Karen. I'm going to pop your comment up here. Lovely to see you this morning. If you haven't checked out Karen, type in Hill and Staff Solutions and you'll be able to find Karen or Karen Hillen. She's a great expert when it comes to knowing things about HR and your business. So by all means, guys, continue to put your information up in here. So the other changes within groups are the valued responders and the pop-ups from being able to get through that area. So we are definitely seeing a focus of this community building that Facebook were promising inside groups. Because I'm losing my voice this morning. I'm going to quickly just take a sip of water. Sorry to do that live on air, but that's what live streams are about. Sometimes you aren't as functional as you thought you were going to be for that session and training. Okay, the new page experience is rolling out. So that's the next thing we're going to talk about today. The new page experience is rolling out across Facebook, and we're starting to see in Australia in particular the opportunity for people to get the pop-up which says that I want to switch to the new page experience. There is no way to switch to the new page experience until Facebook gives you the pop-up that says that your page is open to do it. Now, I still don't have that pop up, so I can't get in there and do it for you. But what I can suggest that you all do, and it's been rumored, and we haven't seen what those rumors are actually going to look like, is that your reviews are going to be taken away. The reviews tab and those things are going to be taken away. So make sure that you go and get a copy of your reviews, a copy of any information that's valuable from your Facebook page before you transfer over to this new page experience. Because the last thing you want to do is transfer over and find that you've lost features. And there is some features disappearing away with that. And we've covered that in some other videos. So I'm not going to focus too much about that today. But go and download a copy of your page and do those sorts of things. Now, the hackers are back out. I even had a hack attempt on my personal profile last night. Fortunately, two-factor authentication was really good, but they are also hacking Facebook pages at the moment. So make sure that you've got 2 admins assigned to your account, that you've got the two-factor authentication on yours and every person who's an admin on your pages so that they can't click on links, and making sure that, now with Business Suite rolled out, we've got the opportunity to not give everyone admin access to our pages. So maybe look at, giving employee access, giving the right level of access with a new page experience and the new Business Suite components coming up, so that you're not opening up the whole world of your business to someone that you give as an admin. And you shouldn't, guys. You should always keep admin control. You might give someone a manager control or something like that, but they just shouldn't need admin control unless they're really diving in and you really trust that person. Okay, the next thing that's happening in Facebook world is audio on Facebook. Facebook announced last week that they are bringing out audio to Facebook. So, you can think of things like Clubhouse. It sounds like it is going to be very, very similar to Clubhouse. So they're going to have group audio, so group audio and group rooms. They've got sounds, so they've got a sounds library that you can now tap into and use in those audios. There's a feature that they're releasing called sound bites, where you can, take a snippet. So almost like from your podcast, and you've been doing it with Headliner or other tools like that right now. You do sound bites and put little sound bite connections in, or you might, be a comedian and putting a sound bite in that way. So there's that option as well. And then audio rooms, which, sounds a little bit like Clubhouse, doesn't it? But, Clubhouse also launched for Android this week. So I'm having a play there. I'll update you on what I find out on the world of Clubhouse in a couple of weeks' time. But yeah, so sound bites, audio rooms, and podcasts. So podcasts are looking to be hosted on Facebook as well. Now, I've had some people already ask me, what are my opinions on doing this? I am not a big fan of your eggs all in one basket opportunity. So if there is a potential to maybe have a few podcast episodes on Facebook that maybe lead out to another one, then that's great. But it's going to be monetization. But if you start putting all your eggs in one basket, if you lose, and some people have, if you lose everything, then, you're not moving things forward in that direction. So podcast hosting on other areas and other platforms, to me, is most probably still the way we're going to go in-house, because we've got more control over the podcast and we've got more control over its distribution. But once again, we've got to wait and see until podcasts and those things roll out on Facebook. And the final update from Facebook in the changes is the feedback on the newsfeed has become easier to give. You might have seen, and you might have had a couple of surveys pop up saying, was this post worth your time? And Facebook are trying to gauge what is actually best for you on the newsfeed. And if it's not, then it's, de-ranking things going forward. So this is, guys, now why it's very incredible to, important for us to be creating engaging content, because if the post is not worth our people's time, they're going to click it. It's going to decrease your reach, and you definitely want to be making sure that you're creating really good engaging content. They're testing more signals, so more likes, more comments, more stuff along the way. And you're even just seeing that with a valued responder and the different badges that they're putting in Facebook groups out there. And they've made it easier to give feedback. So there's a little drop-down menu for you to be able to give feedback now on the mobile menu, which says, is it relevant? Is it not relevant? Do you want to see this? Do you want to hide things along the feed? So you've got more control over your news feed. So that is the updates from the world of Facebook that we have this week. If you haven't had a chance to check out the business skills webinars and the upcoming webinars that we have for course creation, for all of those sorts of things, then I suggest you head across to the business.com.au/skills page. We've got things like pricing strategies, looking after your first employee, setting your business on autopilot, all coming up. And in the course creators circle, we're going to have some amazing expert sessions like writing copy for your courses, doing all of those sorts of things. And for the members, the VIP course creators circle members, in about 20 minutes time, you and I are going to be delving in to upselling the members upselling your people through the course creation journey, so that you can upsell them to the next level, no matter where they're at. So whether they're at whatever component they are at throughout the process. So if you haven't become a Course Creative Circle VIP member, the option is there as well. Karen's popped her YouTube link in. Christina, good morning, Christina. What are we saying this morning? Happy to listen to Tips for the Morning. She's a digital marketing coach. She's got going to create her YouTube channel. Oh, awesome. We might do some tips on YouTube next week. Why not let's do some YouTube tips next week? That'll be next week's Tips Tuesday session, some of the tools and tricks that we use in the world of YouTube to help you get forward. And that's made that decision really easy for me here live on Tips Tuesday this week. We'll look at it from there. So, guys, if you are looking at creating courses, looking at building your course creation journey, I'll see you at 10 o'clock inside the Course Creator Circle. So whether they're free, whether they're paid, wherever they're starting, we're going to be doing that webinar, that live webinar. And if you become a member, a VIP member, you can jump into the hub, register, and I'll see you there at 10 o'clock. Okay, bye. Have a great week.